Okay, who was right, who was wrong in this situation people are debating on? It was handled right. And, in a lot of these cases, it's not handled right by either party. And then you can just kind of ascribe a percentage of blame to each side. You sometimes see this. You take your kid out to eat and the kid's just making noises. Sometimes it's not even screaming or crying or throwing a tantrum. It's just, they make some loud, screechy type noises, or just, they could be happy and they're just trying to speak.
It's normal.
Right.
But it's way better to take them out in public and try to acclimate them to acting normal than to only have them at home and never get them out. You have to take them out.
Or do you just keep the kid there and let the kid be the kid and say, you know what, you guys just adapt to it because I'm here and we're paying customers and we're enjoying ourselves and my kid's happy and just making some noises. So why don't you pipe down and just shut up and eat your biscuit?
There is a fine line between just having a kid in a public space and the kids being normal and a kid being a disturbance. And you have to be self-aware as a parent that when you cross that line, you do have to remove the kid for a few minutes, maybe. Just calm them down, get them straight, and then try again.
It is crazy kind of how some parents are. Like, I always talk about that kid that ate that bottle of ketchup, like he was eating it out of from a restaurant,
like licking
like
the
he opening, and then put it back, and you're going, oh my goodness, I don't think I'm ever going to eat ketchup.
How do you, as the parent, sit there and watch your toddler licking the bottom and the inside of the ketchup?
Yeah,
how?
And as a bystander, are you required to go? No, you should not be.
I'm not getting involved.
I know, I get
it,
but
I'm like horrified.
Yeah. Yeah, because look, I really don't get myself involved. I usually just remove myself from situations because anymore, parents, you say anything about their kid, what their kid's doing, and the fact that they're not stepping in and doing anything about it, parents today just flip out. And now you're in some massive controversy, and that's in a sense what happened here. Things got ugly as somebody tried to step in and have a comment about the noises their kids were making in this restaurant.
So this gentleman here is telling me to tell my 8-month-old to stop screaming because he has sensitive ears. I know it's loud, but he's an adult. He can leave, and he chooses not to leave. He's choosing me to tell me to take my baby out because he has sensitive ears. She's a child, sir. It's not me. I didn't do anything.
You're causing this whole restaurant to have to hear our discussion. They don't want to eat that. They want to eat their food.
You came to me about my child, did you not? You can't remove yourself from this restaurant. No, you're disrespectful, you're entitled, and you're being privileged right now.
I'm not responsible for the way that men have probably mistreated you in the past.
Men? I'm a happily married woman. What are you talking about, baby? I'm 10 years next week, so no one has mistreated me. You've been disrespectful.
Oh, boy, he opened it there.
And the baby's continuing to scream.
Yeah.
I mean, scream so loud. To where I get distracted from the screaming.
We got a screamer.
Yeah.
So how do you handle this situation? Who was right? Who was wrong? Now, it is a kid. It's just making normal kid noises. Like I said, it's not screaming, crying. It's just making kid noises. It is screaming, but it's, kind of happy screams as kids are just kind of, doing what they do. If a kid's having a tantrum, that's where I draw the line. Like, the kid needs to be removed from the restaurant at that point. If the kid is kicking, screaming on the ground, then, you should take them out of the restaurant. That is clear cut. This is a difference. I think you should. That's where I am on that.
I'm not the one. I am never going to be the one to go scold a parent in public.
No, I wouldn't.
I would just remove myself from the situation. Right. And that guy stepped in it. He's not going to look good. They're going to dox him. It's a whole thing now. Well,
and the question I then have, if you're a restaurant, then let's say everybody starts doing that because the world is so crazy. You don't want to have any conflict with anybody. And the second a kid starts making noise and half your restaurant gets up and leaves, then at that point, if you're a restaurant owner, you're like going, okay, I'm starting to lose business possibly because of this. Then maybe I now have to go say something. Now, it is your place and it is private property, and you can say whatever you want to anybody that's in there and say, hey, could you please just, we're trying to keep everybody at the same decibel level, and you're exceeding the decibel level at this table.
It's kind of why I don't like going out anymore.
Well, it's tough. And honestly, people who own restaurants are hearing this, probably saying, gosh, people would hear this and be like, you know what? That's why I'm just going to get Uber Eats and stay home. I don't have to deal with a screaming kid. I don't have to deal with a confrontation and then a screaming mom.
I mean,
you
that
got a
is
screaming kid and now mom.
That's dramatic what you have going on there. If you're just a patron in that restaurant trying to eat, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
If you're just chilling having a cheeseburger.
Now your blood pressure's up. For what? For what?
So do you think the mom needs to remove the kid with the noises that were being made in this situation?
That was a screecher. And I think the screeching does become an issue. Now, if it's just normal baby noises and baby's just happy, but when you have a screecher, I personally would remove my screecher from the dining room. But I also, on the same note, would not say anything to the parent of the screecher. I just wouldn't.
I'm with V on this. I'm not going to get involved.
No.
But if and I know I don't have kids. I've been reminded.
That's the thing. Especially if you're a single woman in a restaurant with multiple kids trying to figure out how to wrangle them, feed them, control the sound. Like, that is hard to do. And you need to put yourself in that mother's shoes before you go over and criticize what she's doing or the decibel level of her 8-month-old. You can't control an 8-month-old. And that dude is in the wrong. He stepped in it. He shouldn't have said anything. He should have been more empathetic to what it's like to be a mom in a restaurant by herself trying to control an 8-month-old.
Yeah. Now, Royal Palm Rachel, she said, this guy is so far removed from having children, he doesn't even realize how rude he was. But she should try to quiet the baby. And Stephanie said, this guy came for an 8-month-old. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's why I don't even want to step in it because this is, in America today, this is the end result of what is going to happen. Somebody's going to get out a phone, they're going to record, and then you're going to have some goofy show debating as how bad your behavior was.
I'm getting text messages from my friends and they're both on the polar opposites. They're going, the mom should have removed the baby. And then other people going, the guy's in the wrong. It's you're right. There's no winning here.
Just if this happens, now you'll be prepared. If you see this out in the wild, if you see a mom with an 8-year-old that is screeching and you think maybe it's a good idea for me to say something, let this be your lesson not to get involved. Yeah. Don't get involved in other people's parenting.
I've honestly, even with traffic now, and maybe just because I'm older, I don't even want to look at somebody else in another car just because they're going to go, is that guy staring me down? What the heck's going on here?
Just remember, it's open carry now. Everybody's got a gun. And do you want to make somebody mad in public, in a car, in traffic? Like, just think about that before you start saying your opinion of how they're acting.
Right. Well, I asked, should the mom have removed the baby from the restaurant for its happy screeches? 82% of people are saying yes.
Yeah, I agree with the audience.
We do.
Yeah,
we agree.
So it's kind of rough. So if you choose not to do what a majority of people think is the right thing, you then are now right because somebody said something to you that you're not doing the right thing. So we can't say anything to each other. That's why we do call them outs on the KBJ show. So we can call you out on the radio and we don't have these personal interactions and then you film us and blast us and we go viral and get doxxed.
It's a wild world.
It is a wild world, isn't it?
She should have removed the baby because, yes, the baby was high-pitched screeching.
So it seems like she was doing the wrong thing, but he did the double wrong thing by approaching a mom with an 8-month-old who's making happy screeches, and so now he becomes twice as evil as the wrong she was committing.
Exactly.
It really just comes down to one simple basic thing. Hashtag be cool. If everyone was just hashtag be cool.
We just can't.
I think we're past that.
Yeah.
Really?
You got to try to be smart in these situations because people are not going to be cool. Do not get sucked into something like this. You do not want to go there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, lesson learned, I think, for probably everybody. After hearing this conversation, you're probably going to respond differently when you go into public to these type of scenarios.
Uber Eats.
Yeah. This honestly was like a free ad for them.
Cook at home.
I mean, I'm right here. Did V see the video? The baby was happy. Y'all are sounding like crabby old people.
No, I think the baby was happy. The baby was happy, but the baby was screeching. And that's the difference. You know, screeching happy baby is disturbing the space. It is. Now, I would never say anything.
Yeah.
But it is disturbing the space.
I wouldn't say a thing either.
Okay. All right. Well, obviously some lessons can be learned from that interaction right there.